Welcome to Everyday Heroes podcast by Kofkin Bond. Today, we are joined by Nick Bell, one of Australia's most accomplished entrepreneurs, widely recognized as a leading figure in the digital and technology sectors. Over the past decade, he has founded and grown more than a dozen companies across digital marketing, technology, and venture capital with a combined valuation exceeding $1 billion. Nick's entrepreneurial journey began from humble beginnings, starting his first business with just a few $100s and transforming it into a global enterprise. Today, he continues to inspire innovation and leadership, mentoring emerging business owners and investing in the next generation of startups. Beyond his business success, Nick is also deeply committed to supporting professional growth and encouraging others to pursue their goals with resilience and vision. Enjoy the podcast.
Nick, welcome to Everyday Heroes podcast by Kofkin Bond. Real pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Now, Nick Bell, a lot of people will know you of more recent times. I've been following your career for quite some time, actually.
Thank you.
Actually, I remember you and Lisa doing quite a number of videos together a number of years ago.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Yeah. Hopefully, it hasn't been too disappointing. The career.
No, well, Lisa's now is doing our digital agency work, and you're sitting here doing a podcast.
I know. Luckiest man in the world right now.
Well, thank you. I feel exactly the same. But a lot of people know you of more recent times as one of the judges on Shark Tank. So it's actually being interviewed by Toby Scover on the podcast in a couple of weeks' time.
He's Creative Cubes.
Yeah, Creative Cubes. So it's but he spoke very highly of that as well with Shark Tank also. But a lot of people know you from that. But from what we're going to delve in today, there's a whole history of Nick Bell. So from the kid dropping out of school and or university, and it's we're speaking off air before what we think of universities at times, as well. And as I said, we're not going to edit, and you can be as controversial or not as you want, or politically correct or not. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll be open and honest.
No, which is wonderful. But let's talk about those early influences. You grew up in rural Victoria. Now, we famously dropped out of university. Can you walk us through how your upbringing shaped that entrepreneurial spirit and your sort of mindset and your willingness to take risks? I mean, his mindset grows over time.
Yeah, I think it grows over time. Yeah, I think like most kids, my parents wanted me to finish year 12, go to university, get a good job. Pretty standard. Yeah. Maybe it's still standard. I don't know.
Yeah, no, pretty much is. Yeah.
And that was my plan. But I also thought maybe I'll try and become a golf professional because I used to love golf as a kid. So I did year 12.
You used to rent golf clubs, didn't you?
I used to lease sports equipment and X-rated videos in school to make money.
On Wikipedia, I think it just said Blockbuster videos.
Oh, Blockbuster, really?
Yeah, it didn't.
It wasn't pornos. It was actually great pornos. Okay. And you can always see when kids are rewound the same spot because they're a little bit fuzzy. So
all those kids that you went to school with are now horrified.
Well, they kept buying the merchandise.
There you go. Yeah.
But anyways, I made a bit of money in year 12, and then I thought, okay, I have to go to university because my mum and dad wanted it. But my year 12 score wasn't great because I just had no interest in studying or doing homework.
Yep.
I just wanted to have a good time, play golf, and just hang out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I went to London, came back, went to university. I scraped into quite an average university. I won't say the name of it, but it was based in Sunbury, which is down my direction.
Yep.
And after 6 weeks of going to classes, macroeconomics, microeconomics, and hating life, I said, this isn't for me. So I jumped in my car, drove off, and then got a job working in bars and restaurants and clubs around Melbourne.
You would have learned a lot.
I did learn a lot. Yeah, it was almost life-changing because I've gone from being a good, wholesome boy and then seeing this different world.
From the good, wholesome country boy to the, I don't know, you were renting out pornos.
Yeah, true. My music taste changed though. But I wasn't that wholesome. But everything changed for me. And then I did that for the next 4 years and I was lost, like most young guys and girls. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
At this stage, you're in sort of 18 to 22 or so, or?
18 to 22, 23, I was lost.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Working in clubs, bars, and so on.
A lot of great entrepreneurs have sort of gone down that route, though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you find your way in the end.
Yeah.
And I just had to find my way. And luckily, at age 22, 23, I got a job doing data entry in a corporate business in Melbourne.
Okay.
And just keep in mind, I still type with 2 fingers.
Mm.
So they hired me for data entry.
Yeah, I can use 4 now.
I usually use 4. You're
Yeah.
doing better than me. I'm still
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
and I run tech businesses.
Yeah.
But I got a job doing data entry, and I just loved going to the office. I loved putting my $10 suit on. I felt a bit more important. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay, I fucking love this." And then a job came up in the business doing recruitment, put my hand up for that, got the job, did really well at it, and then got a job doing sales in the same business, did really
Was
well.
it a recruitment company?
It was a recruitment company.
Which one?
I won't name the name.
Okay. My first ever job was a full-time job, which I last only
Great for learning.
was actually Drake Personnel.
Drake, yeah.
Yeah, so Mr. Irwin, one amazing guy.
Yeah. The guy who now runs it's an absolute prick.
Okay.
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so I won't even talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
But it taught me a lot. And he wasn't he wasn't the CEO then when I was there.
Yeah.
But it taught me a lot about sales, how to talk to people, how to read people.
Yeah.
So anyone that's looking for a career path, look at recruitment.
Is there something you found sales came naturally to you?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not at all.
So something you had to learn?
Something I had to learn, and because I wasn't skilled or gifted in sales, then I had to outwork my fellow I say competitors, but my fellow teammates. But I was always competing against them. So when they get in at 9, I'll get in at 8. If they left at 5, I'll leave at 7.
Common story of successful people, though, because we've both been guests on Chris Christoffy's Relentless podcast. And Chris's story is exactly the same as what you just said. And it was the same with me. I was 21, didn't have a clue what I was doing. And, so we'll talk about it off air before back cold calling. You just had to do it.
If you can do sales, you could almost do anything.
Yeah.
Massive believer in learning how to sell and the ability to sell.
Yeah.
I think everyone, even Bella here, sitting here, I think you should do a sales course or a public speaking course.
Yeah.
It's such an important skill.
Yep.
So, and the turning point was they paid for one day.
Actually, can I just go back one step there?
Yeah.
Did you find you learned really good communication skills working in the bar? I worked down the Laurel Hotel in Ascovale pulling beers as a broke triathlete. And that ability to be able to talk to the Morans,
Yes.
who we all know about, so in the criminal underworld, or talking to some 18-year-old trainee nurse who's just come across from the university and they're all sitting in the lounge having beers, and being able to pivot to having this conversation with a hot 18-year-old or being really polite to Lewis Moran because he didn't want to get shot, so on one side of the bar and things like that.
No, you could talk to the local tradie to the CEO of NAB, for example.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a great skill to have.
Yeah.
And also talking to work hard, because when you're in hospitality, you get paid shit, but you have to work your ass off.
Absolutely.
A lot of variables, a lot of moving parts, and you just got to go, go, go.
Yeah.
So I love that, but also I hated the work. I didn't hate the work. The work paid shit, and what happened was, in the end, I was looking after this family for a whole week, giving them a royal treatment of service. End of the week, they said, "Nick, we've got a tip for you." And I was working in a hotel at the time. They gave me 25 cents. And I looked at it and I said, all right, I'm done with this career. And that's when I got another job in.
You're obviously really good at your job, though, because I don't think I ever got a tip. I might have got a tip.
No, I
might have got a tip from Lewis Moran, pull your head in.
I really cared. I really did care.
Yeah.
Like I really cared about the service and the quality of the work I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think you have to care in whatever you do to be successful at it. So then go back to the corporate job, they paid for a 1-day sales course. And in the sales course, it kind of clicked to me. If they say no to you, it doesn't matter. Just move on to the next person or find the angle. And I was always fearful of hearing rejection. I was always scared to hear it. And it just kind of clicked.
Where did that came from?
Probably.
You are famously, known as somebody who loves being in uncomfortable positions or just get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Probably my upbringing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably my upbringing. I was always fearful of rejection, always probably seeking my dad's approval for everything. That's a whole nother issue we talk about another day. But probably, and that just kind of clicked. And then after that moment, I just jumped on the phones and started banging out 100+ cold calls per day. And I got told no, didn't bother me. But previously, I took it to heart.
Yeah, okay.
And once I had that realization that no is fine, and you just move on to the next situation, or if they say no, try find a solution that suits them better.
Yeah.
What's the angle here?
Yeah.
And once I realized that, it was fun. I just closed a lot of deals, the business grew, and I made a lot of money out of it.
Yeah. Yep. Let's talk about your first business, skincare.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
didn't work as probably what you had planned when you first started it?
Yes, I was age 24, 25,
Mm.
and I had an idea. I thought it was a great idea to develop that.
Males don't necessarily go into skincare?
No, but because I had really bad skin as a kid,
Yeah, okay.
and I was very conscious of my bad skin as a kid,
Yeah.
that I developed a product that treats acne. So I hired a pharmacist, paid him $100,000 to develop this product for me. And once the product was done, I thought, well, I'm going to be a millionaire within 12 months
Mhm.
because the product was good.
Mm.
4 years later, and this is pre social media, so I couldn't leverage Instagram or Facebook or
Yeah.
any of that. I was making $100 a week, if that, trying to sell this skincare product online, and I couldn't get traction with it.
Okay.
There was no brand recognition. Retailers were hesitant to pick it up because it was so small, and I didn't have any money for marketing.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough business to get off the ground with limited money.
Yeah.
I raised 100 grand and I burned through that pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just living on scraps. And at the end of it, after 4 years, my then business partner we had a falling out,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to stay in the business. I wanted to move out of the business and do digital marketing.
Yeah.
And she ended up buying my shares for very little,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then she got the business and I moved out of it.
Okay. So you've had your first business venture.
Yes.
Didn't scare you away from still being an entrepreneur and growing business.
Well, there was 3 options. There was either go and get a sales job.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, yeah, I can do that. There was go get a job as a tradie or a labourer of some kind,
Mm-hmm.
which I was like, nah, that's too hard. Or I can do another business. So I didn't have any money at the time, but I had a credit card from ANZ. So I say I've got at least 3 grand left on my credit card I can rack up.
Okay.
So then I started a digital marketing business from my bedroom. I had a website built in Vietnam. I bought a secondhand laptop because I had to give the laptop back to the company that I just sold.
Yes.
Remember, I sold the business for nothing and I had debts I had to pay off. So there was actually no money.
Mm.
And then I just started
Welcome
calling.
to the glamorous world of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And then once I got the website, the phone, the laptop, I found a company in India who could do the work, who could fill the work for me. So I would basically take a fee.
So you offshored long before it became trendy to offshore.
I offshored all the work initially.
Yeah.
So just I was charging the client $1,000 a month,
Yep.
which I wasn't, it was much less than that.
Yeah.
I would take $200
Yeah.
and then I'll give the rest to the offshore supplier
Okay.
to fulfill the work.
Yeah.
And then I would run the sales, finance, quality control. I'd check their work and make sure it was done correctly. So I was doing everything. And then after 10 days, no, sorry,
Had
after
you learned a lot about tech at this stage?
a little bit, but I read about SEO, which is search engine optimization, in a magazine, and
Yeah.
thought I could sell this. I had no idea how to do it, but I knew I could sell it. So I had the website built, got the phone, I started cold calling businesses, and after 3 days, someone sent me a check for $10,000. I thought, okay, and this is a check, so it's gone back some time. And I thought, okay, there's a business here. I can make some money from this. So I got the check, gave a large chunk of it to the offshore provider, and then I started cold calling again, another check, and it just started flowing in. And this is me in my bedroom in my
What
undies.
year would this have been roughly?
This is 2008.
Okay.
And I'm literally in a shitty share house in Richmond, literally my underwear, cold calling businesses saying, hey, I can do your digital marketing for you. Trust me.
Yeah.
And they trusted me. And actually did a great job because I had these guys doing the work, but I was checking their work. I learned how to do SEO.
Yeah.
And I was giving them the best service. I was going to meet them. It was a royal treatment.
Yeah.
And then after a few months, I was almost doing $1 million a month in sales. And the business just went bang, just went off.
So was this your first major exit then? It's sort of in your 30s or?
So I started in 2008 and exited the business for 40 million in 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. And the majority of your staff were all offshore from memory?
No,
No?
No, in the early days offshore, and then
Yeah.
once I had enough money saved from the initial sales, I
Yeah.
brought everything onshore.
Yep.
So there's nothing offshore.
So tell me then, as a young fella building a business, we wing it, so
I was
yeah,
completely
so
winged everything.
we're about the top line and trying to keep some of the bottom line,
Yes.
and we have no idea about HR. We have no idea about tax
What's
or
HR? What is
it's
HR?
those people always seem to get us in trouble.
I don't
So,
even in my businesses now,
yeah,
and we're at 2,000 people,
yeah,
I don't have HR.
mm,
I have talent acquisition specialists who recruit,
yes,
who do the onboarding,
yep,
but I don't have HR.
yeah,
If someone has a challenge, go directly to their manager. If the
yeah,
issue is their manager, go to someone like myself or the GM.
yep.
I just think HR at times can cause issues.
But when you have 5 and then goes to 10 and goes to 20 people, how are you managing that and managing that growth?
It was imploding within my business
Yeah.
because we went from 0 to 50 quite quick with no systems, no processes. It was an absolute shit show.
Mm.
And we grew far too quickly for the systems we had in place because the money was rolling in. I thought, oh, fuck, this is easy.
Yeah.
But then after a while,
Just keep doing what I'm doing.
yeah, but after a
Multiply it,
while,
scale
eventually
it.
it's
Yeah.
going to implode.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. The money started declining. Business was going under.
Yeah.
And then in 2012, there was 1 week we didn't have enough money to pay the wages.
Okay.
And the reason being, staff were coming in, instead of coming at 9 o'clock in the morning, they were coming in at 11 o'clock in the morning, leaving at 3.
Okay.
I'd taken my eye off the ball.
Yeah.
I was making so much money in the early days that I kind of left others to run the business, which was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And staff just weren't delivering. They weren't showing up to work. They'll calling in sick. If they do come to work, they'll come for a few hours. So when I realized we didn't have enough money to pay the bills, I moved out of my corner office, which was another joke. Got rid of the corner office, moved on the floor, got a headset, sacked the entire sales team bar one person.
Okay.
Brett is his name. Love Brett. And cleaned out some of the account servicing people and just rebuilt the company from scratch.
Okay.
And we ended up doubling our revenue that year.
Yeah.
I was just banging out calls again, looking after clients, getting my hands dirty, and the business thrived with the right people around me, of course.
Yeah.
And I didn't tolerate any more people coming late, leaving work early. Like if I'm here, you're here. I don't expect overtime, but from 9 till 5:30, you're going to give me at least 80%.
Yeah.
You can never give 100%.
No, absolutely not. But if you get an 80%, actually, I had a colleague once working with me, and she was magnificent, but she was a perfectionist, and she expected when we promoted her to a manager
Yeah.
role, she expected the same of the people working under her,
Mm.
and she was struggling with it to the point where, just not even going to bother to get them to do it and doing it herself and putting more pressure.
Connect.
Absolute bottleneck and putting more pressure on herself. It's just easier for me to do it myself. Well, then why do we have this team here? But I remember having that chat to her. You're here.
Mm.
If you get someone who's 80%, I'm thinking, my God, these people are fantastic. You're thinking they're just not trying.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's, so if we have to sort of start saying, well, they're actually doing an amazing job, but you know what? Every sort of hour and a bit, they walk off and go and get a drink or a coffee. They're allowed to.
You have to be reasonable.
Correct. Yeah.
Not everyone's going to work as hard as you. It's not their business. You can't expect them to.
Correct.
But then on the flip side, I've got friends who are working at what's their name at Meta, and they were working 1 day a month and getting paid massive salaries. So you need to find that.
So the COVID work from home, not
Correct.
turning up and having second jobs. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
As in my business, I never tolerate that crap, and we're not big enough to tolerate that.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. You give me 80%, then I'm a happy man. If you give me 40, then I'm hey, we need to change some things.
Well, leakage can always still happen. You can always have that one person that can hide in the corner. But, it's one of the things I found, sometimes you can have the most likable and lovable person in the organization. Everyone loves them. But then all of a sudden you sit back and you think, hold on a minute. He or she's just got everyone else doing their job.
Or
Yeah.
or they talk too much and they have meetings and they go and chat blah 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 about the weekends, but they're actually not doing work.
So they've come from the Big Four and had an MBA. Was that
Correct. So if someone in my company is a massive chatter during work hours, they will not last with me.
Yeah.
Like from 9 till 5:30, aside from your breaks, work. Get into deep work. I don't care about your weekend.
Mm.
You don't care about my weekend. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's just do some good work.
Yep. You're in your early 30s. To put it bluntly, to use Joe Rogan's language, you just got fuck you money. You just had a great successful exit. What's the mid-30s for Nick Bell look like now? You've had a great exit. It's probably feeling a bit invincible at this stage.
Yeah, at the time I thought $40 million was a lot of money. And then you go, okay, what's next? So initially I was going to take a year off work after I made the $40 million.
Yeah.
And then after the money landed in the accounts, I went to, where'd I go? Chile for a bit, and then Japan. And then I said, I'm bored. I need to get back into work. And by the way, once you've just...
You've always been a person that's kept fit and healthy.
True, but you can only exercise so much.
You show them up, but you've always kept fit and healthy.
True, but then exercise 1 or 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
I like business. Business is a hobby.
Yeah.
Trust me, on with you.
But you didn't go off the rails. You didn't see, from a physical perspective, you didn't seem to go off the rails during that period of time.
No, I'm always health conscious.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like to have a good time, but I like to look after myself.
Yeah.
With $40 million, remember, you pay 25% of that to the tax man.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you're left with, say, 30 million. And then, I don't know, if you've got debt, whatever bills would have made. So I'm not complaining. It's a lot of money. But once you've won it and landed it, it's, I know, there's bigger goals. I wanted more.
Yeah.
So then at the time, I had other businesses in Asia, which I'd neglected. So I said, look, I've got these businesses in Singapore and Hong Kong and Thailand. I'm going to get back and fix them because now I've got time. So instead of taking a year off work, I took 2 weeks off and then went back into business. Launched a new business called Removify, which I just sold 2 months ago.
Yep.
And fixed the Asian offices, and then the business.
So from memory, that business helped you sort of clean up any bad Google crap.
Great business. So any unwanted content you have online, whether it's Google reviews, Reddit, Glassdoor, we could potentially remove it. Great business.
Yeah.
And that one also blew up quickly because there was such demand. Businesses all over the world get hit with Google or bad Google reviews, or it could be a boyfriend is pissed off at his girlfriend, decides to post naked photos of her online.
Yeah.
Very common.
Yep.
So they would come to us and we'd remove the content for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it could be a cheating husband has been, a sugar baby is pissed off with her sugar daddy, who's married with 3 kids, and she's going to post photos of the sugar daddy online on cheaters.com. Very common. And they would come to us.
I was going to say, it actually sounds like a client the way you said
that. Yeah, the reason I said it was the second phone call we had in that business, there was a guy who's quite well known.
Yeah.
He was in a similar situation. His sugar baby pissed off with him. She posted online. We quoted him $1,000 to remove all the photos and images, which in the scheme of things isn't much. Yeah. Because his marriage was going to be dissolved.
He was giving away more than Louis
Vuitton. We lost millions.
Millions. Yeah.
And he goes, nah, fuck you, too expensive.
Wow.
And I was like, look at this. And
Have you seen these photos?
You seen these photos?
Yeah.
And then I said, all right, fuck off, politely.
Yeah.
3 hours later,
yeah.
Fucking help, remove them.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We removed them within 2 hours.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, we would clean up for people.
No, actually, I think that might have been one of the first.
Were you one of our first customers, were you?
No, I wasn't. So I don't have any sugar babies. No, but it's but I think that was one of the first ones that I actually saw when I first started following you and Lisa, actually on LinkedIn. You used to do a lot of videos on LinkedIn. Yeah. So I remember that.
Yep, we started that business in 2018. A friend of mine called Andrew Whitford. I started it.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's that's probably the first ones I thought, what a great business.
Great business.
Well, even just things like the Google reviews, I saw one where some guy who was head of HR for a company that had like about 300 staff online rip shreds into Nova Peris, and we are talking the most vile language, what he was going to do and all this stuff, got looked up because it was online, on live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And got looked up. He's head of HR of this company. Bang, all the Google reviews on that company. How could you allow, if this person's your HR man? And it was just like, this company was like, what the hell's just gone on? We haven't done anything wrong. But it was because this one guy who's, my thought process was, you're meant to be head of HR, and this is what you're doing online. Was for everyone to see. That was the part, but that company was the victim of his stupidity.
Very, very common. We had a building company that had a disagreement with one of their contractors.
Yeah.
And then the contractor got all their mates to then start leaving 1-star reviews on this building company's G&B profile.
Yep.
So there was 193 1-star reviews, which could almost ruin a company. And it's just, but they're all fake. And then we just came in, bang, gone within a day.
Yeah.
So there are solutions out there for people that have been attacked.
And those solutions would have been far cheaper than engaging a lawyer for defamation.
Lawyers were coming to us in the end.
Okay.
So, you guys, we just sent a letter, hope it works, but it truly doesn't work. Can you guys help us? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, lawyers would end up using us.
Yeah.
Not now because I've sold the business, but yes.
Yeah. I remember meeting a partner at Ebsworth who that was his role, was just continually writing letters for his doctor clients because some unhappy plastic surgeon patient, she wanted to turn out looking like Robbie Margot, Margot Robbie, but she was never going to look like Margot Robbie. So 1-star review, this doctor was crap.
I find most lawyers are rip-offs.
Oh yeah.
Especially now with ChatGPT. They charge $2,000 for a letter. I'm like, fuck you. I got a quote recently for a lawyer. I said, can you give me a letter to send to someone who owes us money?
Yeah.
Super simple. This is what I need in the letter. I just need your letterhead. $2,500. I said, are you fucking joking? I can go to ChatGPT, write the letter for you. They'll give me all the arguments. He goes, no.
But if you're on my brand.
So I went to another lawyer and I said, look, I've written it. Here it is. He goes, $300, done. Some lawyers, they're still charging ridiculous prices and people pay it.
Yeah, no, it's the hourly rates have gone up considerably. So it's thankfully I don't have to engage them, and I just have them as clients.
Yeah. As long as they pay you well.
They do pay.
Good.
So they might question our bills sometimes, which I think is a bit cheeky. But anyway, you are actually, probably, to put it bluntly, in my eyes at least, become one of Australia's most well-known entrepreneurs, sort of over the last, people like yourself, Mark Boris, people who have become sort of, you're not your classic, you have a look at the US, you got your Elon Musks and, people
he's at another level. He's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Whether you love him or hate him, what he's done is incredible.
I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, so it's I've often said, would I like to work for him? I don't know. I don't know if anyone would employ me, to put it bluntly, but it's but at the same time, God, work.
I would love to work for him because you would learn so much about speed, urgency, and just working your ass off.
Yeah, and don't mess it up. So why does it cost 500 million to do? It shouldn't cost 500 million to do. We could do this here. What do you mean it's going to take 6 weeks to do? Let's all get together and get done in the weekend. Yeah.
Came in, cleaned out most of the team, still runs perfectly well.
Yeah.
I think he cut up to 80% of the stuff.
80% of the stuff. So they were the ones who wrote on there, if he comes in and does this, we're leaving. And he goes, that's great. They're all the first ones we just don't talk to them. They're gone. Yeah, they're just not required.
Just shows how much wastage there is in businesses.
Well, especially when you're spending other people's money.
Correct.
Actually, Steve Bartlett spoke about that in one of his podcasts recently when he got his first check for a digital agency in Manchester.
Yeah.
And so he got his first big, massive check, and he went and signed a 15-year lease on this huge office space in Manchester, and, which was going to house 300 staff because that's what he was going to grow the business to. But he had like 9 or 10 staff at the time. And it's always made that comment. It's so easy to spend other people's money because it was his money. He was happy with his space that he had.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's like, if my team came to me and said, Tony, I think we should be a 101 college, I said, that's great, but I pay the bills. Unless you're a shareholder in here and it's coming out of your dividend check, then we'll stay here if that's all right.
Or never allow certain people in your company to negotiate terms with suppliers. Always negotiate terms yourself, or if you've got a great negotiator in your company, have them do it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not their money; they don't care.
Yep.
So I will always try to negotiate terms myself if it's a decent sized deal.
Yep.
And just if they want 10,000 a month, I go at 2,000 a month, and then we meet in the middle.
Yep, exactly right. No, exactly right. Starting versus investing. You're an entrepreneur. You've started many businesses. You've invested in many businesses.
Yeah,
You build companies from scratch.
but
Biggest differences, mindset, when you're starting something yourself versus backing other founders.
I
We sort
won't
of touched on
start
that.
another business again.
Yep.
Reason being, it's a fucking shit ton of work. Pardon the French. You
That was
lose.
said in English, but I agree with
Yeah, you lose a couple of years. There's a lot of trial and error. Even though I am launching a business in the next few weeks, this will be my last one that I start from scratch.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I'm only going to buy established
But you do
businesses.
spend a lot of your own money. Sorry, I'll just cut you off
Yeah.
for a moment. I was asked to lecture for a day at Sydney University. I went, Sydney? I think it was Sydney University, SUV. So that was on the last day for the entrepreneurs subject for the business. So Bachelor of Business and the Entrepreneurship, there was that term. So I know the professor very well, and she said, Tony, we would come in and spend a day with him. And I actually asked the question, I said, hands up in this room who would love to earn $1 million. Or put their hands up. So let's assume your business has turned over $1 million. How would you feel if you've paid your 10 staff out of that $1 million and you've paid your tax and you've paid your rent and you have not been able to earn $1 out of that? Who still wants to earn that $1 million? And it was interesting that the amount of hands that stayed up weren't that much. I said, and those who did, and I said, I'm going to be very blunt here. You're the ones who could potentially make it. You other guys, you might need to be employees.
Sure.
And I said, now I might have just wasted the next 4 hours of your time. So you're happy to leave now, but let's talk about the seriousness of this. So, and it is true because people look at, and a lot of entrepreneurs who might not understand, accounting and just simple things, but not what you earn, it's what you get to keep.
True.
Yeah. So you're talking about like your first business, you'd send 80% overseas. They're doing all the work. You're doing all the marketing. You're keeping that 20%. But you had other people actually doing it, but you were still keeping some money. Yeah. So, and I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. And so you go and bootstrap a new business, you got some money to do it. Doesn't mean you still like losing money.
Agreed. Actually, but back to your
But
question
you don't
around.
have to pay yourself a salary now. So it's not going to be, I can't pay my rent or my mortgage if this doesn't work.
It also depends on your financial position in life at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
So when I started my first business, I bootstrapped it. So I didn't need much money.
Yeah.
But if you've got quite a strong financial position in life, then you have funds to acquire a company, which is what I do now.
Yeah.
So when I started my first marketing company, I had no choice. I had to bootstrap it. I couldn't buy one. I had no cash.
Yeah.
Now, would I start a business from scratch?
Skincare products.
Yeah. Yeah. But now would I start from scratch? Likely.
Yeah.
I would buy an established business that has potential.
Well, you're in the process of doing it at the moment for a huge sum.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you're happy to.
Can't talk about the industry.
No. Are you happy to divulge the sum?
It's 400 million.
Yeah. So that's a sizable amount of money.
Yeah. It's a lot of money for me.
Yes.
And it makes me nervous because it's such a large sum of money.
Yeah.
But the payoff is substantial.
Yeah.
If it
obviously, to be able to pay that, you'll see some huge potential in that business.
Oh, yeah. It's a license to print money.
Yeah.
If it all comes off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in process at the moment. I'll know within about 2 months.
Yeah.
But the business I'm starting in a few weeks, I'm launching a healthcare business only because it's quite easy to set up. I can do it for 400 grand. So, but to anyone listening to this podcast, it really depends on your financial position in life.
Yeah.
If you've got the funds, look at acquiring existing business. If you don't have the funds, then just kind of hustle and start from scratch.
Yep. So when I think sometimes though, when a lot of people start from scratch, they think that or they won't even start. Sometimes you have just a generation nowadays that it's the idea of, first of all, working in the same place for more than 12 months is unheard of.
Mm.
There seems to be this instantaneous gratification. Surely the grass is greener on the other side. But also, you've got this philosophy of the idea of feeling uncomfortable is just something we just grew up with. I know my generation. It's you're just thrown out in the streets and come back when you're hungry. But it just seems to be that you've got a lot of people that are scared to take that risk, or that fear of being uncomfortable, or really want that security blanket. And I don't know whether, I mean, my children are nearly 29 and 26, and I'd hate to think I wrapped them in too much of a security blanket.
I got thoughts around this.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely a difference in mindset pre and post COVID.
Yeah.
And I believe that anyone that is a fucking savage in business, a young person that wants to put the work in, wants to grind, can make a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
Because most people are choosing lifestyle and work from home over being a savage. And when I was starting in business, man, I was happy to grind and do long hours. I loved going to the office, and I just loved the
Your
whole.
parents have a real work ethic as well, like that?
Yeah, they're farmers,
Yeah.
so we had to work on the weekends, like,
Yep.
which I hated at the time, but I kind of respect now.
Yeah.
But anyone out there, if you're a savage in this environment, you can make a lot of money because there's very little competition.
Well, there's no competition nowadays.
No,
Yeah, and that's, as I said, there's more competition for everyone who wants that paid job and wants to work from home
yeah,
and wants to work the hours they want to work.
which is great because it means it's easier to rise to the top, especially in Australia. Like if you're an absolute savage and you want to make money, you can rise to the top pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
Just put the work in, and I guarantee you'll probably make money.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's the best. Like it's the best time to make money.
Well, as you rightfully said, though, there is no competition. I know in our industry is we just haven't got young advisors coming through. I've been blessed with some of the people I've got here,
Mm.
but we don't have young advisors coming through into the industry, and we've got dinosaurs like me that are dying off. So it's I've been in this industry 33 years. Thankfully, I started when I was 8, but no, I'm kidding. But it's but we've got the country about to have $20 trillion change hands over the next 2 decades, and no one to look after them. And I'm just thinking, wow, you just don't know, being 19 and being 28 years old out there, the next 2 decades, how wonderful it's going to be for you if you have the right, if you have the right ethic and work ethic.
Yes, maybe not in Melbourne, but maybe another state. So
Yeah.
we started with Melbourne at the moment.
I listen. I love Melbourne as a city. I hate what's happened to Melbourne.
Yeah, I love Melbourne as a city. I hate what's happened to it.
Yep.
But yeah, so Bella, if you're a savage, you can make a lot of money in this environment.
Well, I think she takes after her mum, so I think she'll be all right. I think she'll do well.
Okay, happy to hear.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's just man, like I said, you can be a big fish in a small pond in Australia,
Yeah.
and there's so much opportunity right now.
Huge amount of opportunity.
Yeah, but just surround yourself with the right people, and there is good people out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go through a lot of frogs to find your princes and princesses.
Yep.
So
Sometimes you do have to kiss a lot of frogs.
you do,
Yeah,
you do.
so
And
this
ah,
happens quite a lot after
but
alcohol.
I'm considered, yeah, I'm considered an old dog in my industry now.
Yeah.
So
Are
I'm
you in mid-40s now?
mid-40s, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm having to learn new things. I just think you need to upskill continually.
Yeah.
Don't, because I also believe people can age out.
You're the younger version of Gen X, aren't you? So I think Gen X is 43 to 61. So I'm 56. I'm definitely of the generation where we offend our parents and offend our children. So it's
But I also think you can age
we see
out.
it how we see it, though.
We do, we
Yeah.
do. And if you maintain the work ethic and you're still a savage, it doesn't matter if you're 40, 50 or 60, you can still make a lot of money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about navigating setbacks as a founder. You've had a few.
Lots. Yeah.
So it's how do you navigate those setbacks and still wake up in the morning saying, well, I'm still doing this?
There are times,
I didn't know mindset is very important to you.
yeah, don't be a pussy.
Yep. Yep.
And I've been a pussy many times. I think in 2014, 15, I almost gave my business away for free. Business was really challenging at the time.
And you sold it for a couple of years later for 40 mil.
Yeah. And it was, geez, it was a really tough time in business, and staff were leaving, clients were leaving. The reputation of business was in the toilet, even though I had done nothing wrong. It was just a really tough time. And I said to my partner at the time, let's move overseas and just get away from this. I was going to run away like a wimp. And I remember I went upstairs, the top floor of the building, got on one knee and just started breathing just to calm myself down. Went back downstairs and said, all right, fuck, got to fix this. Sacked the general manager, sacked some people, cleaned the business up, blah, 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 turned it around. And then within 6 months, it was flying. So as you mentioned earlier, mindset is a massive thing. It's so important in business.
Yeah.
You've got to go in there thinking there's always a solution to a problem, which there is.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that in the early days, but now I think there's a solution to everything, even death. I think I can potentially cheat death to a degree.
Yes, you might help. You might be able to help me cheat.
Well, that's the aim. That's my thinking now, that there's a solution for everything.
Yeah.
And if you have that solution and that mentality in business, then you're generally going to do well. If you're the person that plays the victim, then you're always going to be the victim, and you're always going to be left behind. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, without any doubt. And it was actually a really good clip I saw of that the other day, where this guy said, well, I've gone for 700 job interviews and I've been knocked back for every one of them. And it was with
Is it 700?
Yeah, so it was in America. It was with the David Betts, the Iranian guy, American, who's just
is this the guy with the podcast?
Yeah. So
His insurance?
he was originally
Yeah. He made
his fortune off
I don't think he had
insurance.
700 interviews.
No, he didn't. No, this guy who was interviewing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so he was just this guy who, he's just, everything was negative about him, and he go, oh, no one wants to. So he said, okay. David Betts goes, okay, I'll hire you.
Yeah.
Tell me what your skill set is. Well, why should I bother? There you go.
So that mentality.
That's why you don't have a job.
Yeah, I can't stand that mentality in people.
I just offered you a job. I just asked you what your skill set is, and basically straight away you told me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, to everyone listening to this podcast, there's a saying: "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future."
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm a massive believer in surround yourself with the right people.
Surround yourself with 5 smokers, you end up smoking.
Correct.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with the right people, and you will thrive in life.
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with losers and people that play the victim, you're going to become that person yourself.
Absolutely.
So important. Like this. So I value strong friendships with people, and my friends now are very different to what they were 10 years ago. And it's made me a better person.
That's also how it should be. I was asked to be on a panel and give a talk at my old school last Friday. We did it.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, so it was good because, all I seemed to do at school was get Saturday detentions. I had a great social life Saturday mornings at school, before I think we were a few of the other guys as well. But in saying that, though, the 2 gents who I spoke with, one's now the managing director of News Corp, and the other one's a retired lieutenant colonel, 4 tours, tough as nails.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Now, both Kyle and Agostino, the 3 of us, actually all got along well at school, but you wouldn't call us friends. If we saw each other down Essendon Station, would say hello.
Yeah.
So we didn't dislike each other. It's just we just had different friendship groups, lived in different suburbs, had different friendship groups as we were growing up. The 3 of us have become really close since leaving school. So that and more so over the last decade. So as you're saying, my best friends at school, I see every 10 years at school reunion now and say hello.
You know why? Because you have common interests.
Absolutely.
And you're probably at the top of your field.
Yeah.
So you have that in common as well.
Well, it was on leadership, which I was surprised at how I got invited then, but it was it's interesting though, because there's 3 different mindsets. We're all actually really good. But Agostino's journey has been very different, say, from my journey and Kyle's. But I made the comment that when it comes to leadership, if Agostino makes a mistake, he has to report that to the Murdochs. They're not the easiest board.
Jesus, Murdochs. That'd be a tough conversation to have.
Yeah, that's right. So because apparently Rupert's retired, but I'm not too sure about that.
I don't think he's retired.
No, but it's but in saying that though, it is but he would have to make a really, really massive mistake to get sacked. But if he does make a mistake, it comes out of the shareholders' pocket. If I make a mistake, it comes out of my pocket. If you make a mistake, it comes out of your pocket. That's the world of being an entrepreneur. Cole made a mistake, potentially and he had to make a decision like that. Apparently, because somebody could lose a limb or their life. Now, he was not in logistics in the army. He was heading the commandos and the paratroopers. So he was kicking down doors.
Yeah,
He
wow.
was riding on tanks, so it's so he's still got his helmet as a reminder where an IAD just went past it, and you can actually see where the shrapnel was. If he didn't have the helmet on, he wouldn't be here today. That's a constant reminder of how close, or how precious life is to him.
Yeah.
But in saying that, though, we then talk about our wonderful politicians. I don't care what side of government you're on. I think you and I might be on similar, but but isn't it easy?
I can't stand Jacinda Allen. I'm quite vocal about it.
Good, so am I.
Yeah.
But from that perspective, though, isn't it easy to just turn around and spend $315,000 or $325,000 for these metal bins?
Oh,
So $13 million.
I'm a criminal and I'm going to put my machete in a bin. What the fuck is going through their heads?
But $325,000 for a metal bin.
Yeah, well,
I think Batten went and got five quotes done, and their highest quote, including installation, came in $8,000.
The whole thing is insanity.
If you have to spend money, it comes out of your pocket. She has to spend money. It's us as taxpayers. It's okay. You just have to. You got 2,000 stuff. You just pay more payroll tax.
Yeah.
So it is absolutely criminal. There's no accountability.
You know why I'm really disappointed with the government?
Yeah.
Because under, I thought we started with this. I could talk about this stuff for ages.
Yeah.
Dan Andrews and Jacinda Allen, crime has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
There's a saying, weak leader, weak team.
Yeah.
And our leader is weak. And as a result, the state is now a hot mess.
Yeah.
So those who keep voting Labor in, can you please not vote Labor again? I'm not saying, I'm not a liberal guy, but I'm like, I love safety. And I want to live in a place where I can feel safe, especially for my kids as well. At the moment, I bought a gun last week and I bought 2 samurai swords just in case my house gets broken into.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking have these weapons in my house, but I've got no choice.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's I saw Mick Malthouse in the news the other day.
He got stabbed.
Yeah, that's right. So and we're talking about, he was a tough nose of a footballer. Still probably a tough nose of a 70-odd-year-old, but so we're not talking about just anyone. We're talking about absolutely anyone.
Anyone.
You live in a nice place, you drive a nice car, you're a target.
Doesn't matter where you are, whether it's Brighton, Craigieburn, Sunshine, it doesn't matter.
You're a target.
You're a target.
Yeah.
Like the crime is out of control in this state.
Okay, great. So now we will have a little edit on this. Go, Nick. So, but and I said we don't edit usually, but we might have to edit this little part here. So, as we had an IT issue, luckily we got an IT guy in the room.
Me? I'm definitely not an IT guy. I'm like, turn it off and on.
I'm going to talk about your latest health venture. So, as somebody who does, is back looking after my health, probably a bit later than I should have. Yeah. No, thank you. I shall do that. But in saying that, as though you are a person who takes your health very seriously.
Too seriously at times.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cut it down a bit.
Okay, so you're no longer experimenting with things on yourself?
No, I definitely do. But I think you need to find a balance where I become so obsessed with certain things, whether that's business or health, that I take it, I go too hard on it, which can also cause issues.
Well, those are people who don't know. You do have a very, very good podcast. It's one of your recent guests, Gary Brecker, who's well known on a global scale with his longevity. It was a great interview, by the way, that you did with him. But from that as well, you do walk the talk. It's not just a case of you're going to open up a clinic and give someone some IV drips and and make them feel good because they're hungover. Basically, it is a case of you are a person who's open. You said you want to live to 150. I've said 105, so I've just got my 0 and 5.
105 is great.
Well, I'm half dyslexic, so maybe it's
maybe I should go one. Maybe I should go 155 just to balance it out with you. Yeah. So we have a clinic in Armidale called Super Young.
Yeah.
And you go in there, and we'll give you protocols to potentially live longer, feel better. It could be hyperbaric chambers. It could be diet. It could be hot and cold therapy, IVs, and many other modalities. And I'm also launching in the next few weeks a business called Bobby, BOBBI, named after Robert Kennedy. in the US
Yep.
who's very big on regenerative medicine. It's a regenerative medicine.
Who is a person who's proven through his own ability that you can change your lifestyle. I mean, he was an alcoholic. He was a drug addict too, I think.
Was he? I
Yeah.
didn't know he was a drug addict.
Yeah, so he was
There you
definitely
go.
and he's definitely an alcoholic, and he just said,
Now look at him now, he's ripped.
correct. He goes, I'm not doing that shit no more, and he
Yeah.
just on the spot changed his life, and that was 30 years ago,
Mm.
but just goes to show how you can make these life changes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a massive believer in what he's doing
Yeah.
in the US.
Yep.
So
Huge
we've
believer. I agree with you, Chad.
launched a business to kind of commemorate him.
Yep.
And it's a basically regenerative medicine telehealth business. So you go online, speak to a doctor, where you can prescribe TRT, HRT for women, and many other things to help improve your quality of life.
Yeah. Fantastic. So,
Yeah.
and you do have those over in the US. Chris Williamson is a big proponent. He advertises them on his podcast as well. And of course, Gary. But it's interesting because here in Australia, I've actually found the wealthier we become as a nation and the wealthier individuals come, the more they tend to want to live longer.
Yes. People always ask me, why do you want to live longer? And I ask them, do you love your life? Do you love your life?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
So why not?
I have autonomy in my life right now. It is awesome. I love it.
It's the best. So why not prolong your life as long as you can, but still feel amazing? So you can, why not be 100 years old and still be virile, have vitality, go for a jog, go for a hike? I think you can do that.
Correct.
At the moment, we're living to the average age of 76 to 80,
Yeah.
and we're dying.
Correct.
Why not prolong that to 130, 140, but still live well? And that's what I'm trying to do.
Dr. Kaj Kislinski, and this would have been, or at least a decade or so ago, he was a guest speaker at a financial planning conference.
Mm.
One of the things he actually made the comment of was stop planning your clients' retirements to age 85 because we're either going to be the last generation to die or the first generation to live forever.
Which I agree with.
Yeah.
Especially with AI now and healthcare. That's all. It's going to change everything.
Yeah.
I keep telling my friends, stay alive for 10 years and you'll live well beyond 100 years of age.
Yep.
Just stay alive.
Yep.
Stay alive. Stay alive. Oh, you're young. You're fine.
done.
Yeah. Well, we're on the cusp.
Well, I've told both my children, I was a young dad, but I told both my children, if you're waiting for an inheritance from me, you're going to be about 90 when you get it. So,
Yeah. There you go.
well, maybe in mid-80s. So I wasn't that young.
No, he's
Yeah, so,
you
you better give me grandchildren.
80 will be
otherwise
the
I'm
new
spending it
40.
all. If you don't give me grandchildren, I'm spending all of it.
Well, mate, 80 will be the new 40 in a few years. So,
I hope so.
yeah, I think we'll be.
Yeah, no.
But just, I think where tech is headed in space, you're going to live a very long time. Just don't do anything dumb.
Yeah.
Don't go bungee jumping. Don't get hit by a car. Just try and be smart with how you live.
Yeah, totally agree. With
There
that.
are things that are unpredictable, I understand, but just try and live well.
Yep, 100% agree with that. So, and avoid stupidity. Yeah,
Yeah, I say that, but then I end up doing dumb things.
we all do. We all do. Okay, let's have some rapid fire questions here to close out. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Terrible. I check my phone. Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
Same answer as Lisa.
Terrible.
Yep. So it's I've had to train myself not to do that, and it wasn't easy.
Because I'm trying to do a
First thing
deal.
you do is you turn the alarm off, which is on the phone.
I'm doing a deal at the moment, and the deal is based in Europe. So the first thing I do is check my messages in the morning. That's why it's terrible.
Coffee or green smoothie?
Neither. Used to be a coffee man. It doesn't suit my body. So now I'm just maybe a matcha.
Love it.
But even that's, yeah.
Which is hard to find at the moment.
Yeah. I love coffee. It just doesn't suit me.
Yep. Great answer. What's one book every entrepreneur should read?
Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson set me on the path as an entrepreneur.
I reckon I read that 2 decades ago.
Yeah,
At
it's a
least
great
2
read.
decades ago. Easy read too, actually.
Easy read.
Yeah, very easy.
So if you're not a reader, you'll be fine with this
I'm
book.
actually pretty sure I've got that book in the library here.
You should read it.
Yeah, so it's a good one.
Yeah.
If you weren't in business, what would you be doing? You
Oh,
became pro golfer, did you?
no, I didn't have fun. I was crap. I would be mid-level in a company, probably doing sales. Yeah.
Who's one Aussie entrepreneur you really admire right now?
Oh, this is a good question.
Could be controversial one there for you, mate.
It is, and there's a lot of actually, there's not a lot. There's some very good entrepreneurs in Australia who I respect. I would definitely respect the older generation who have made squillions in terms of, just to name a few, the Chemist Warehouse guys, the Spotlight
Nine
guys.
Science teacher was one of them.
There you go. But as an entrepreneur that's similar to me in terms of age, probably Simon Beard, who started Culture Kings. I watch his content. I like his stuff. He's smart.
No, he is very much so. Actually met a couple of young guy, or met a young guy this morning. He's just come out for his toilet paper brand.
Who gives a crap?
No, Smartass. It's called
Good
He's a
name.
comedian. so
Good
so it's
name.
Smartass.
I'm glad someone's going to give those
impressive young
guys some
guy.
competition.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I love that name,
he's
Smartass.
got 1.1 million followers on his comedic content that he does on
Great.
Instagram. So
He's probably going to do well.
and he, you know, being a comedian as well, of course, he has to be a smartass. He is. He's a good looking young rooster too, so he'll be fine. Yeah, he's got it made. Most underrated skill in business.
Sales. If you can do sales, you can almost do anything. And then second of all, I recommend all younger business owners learn digital marketing.
Yeah.
It's very important. Social media, Google, the AI search engines, learn all of that. It's so important.
It's interesting having listened to a lot of your content. You speak about sales, but I think one of your unique selling points is your ability to be able to tell a story. You're a
Okay.
very good storyteller.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's you will listen to what's been asked and you will answer it, and you're actually a very good storyteller. You'll put it in a perspective that helps people understand. And
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
that might be one of your unique selling, why you're actually good at sales, is because you can actually, through life experience and through other people's experience, through people you actually mix with, you're a very good storyteller.
Thank you. One thing I think a skill of mine over the years has been I'm quite good at simplifying things.
Yeah.
When people overcomplicate it, I say, I don't understand it, but do you mean this? And I'll dumb it down and put it in simple terms.
Why we don't hire people who've done MBAs?
Yeah, correct.
It is big.
Yeah, I
think.
tend to dumb things down a bit so that common person can understand it.
So, what's your guilty pleasure after a long week of work? That you can talk about.
It has changed in the past 10 years. I used to be a naughty boy.
Yep.
So my guilty pleasure is watching a movie. I know it's not guilty, but
Oh, I love it.
I just love kicking back now.
Yeah, watching a movie or going to the theatre for me. So I
going to
just love
theatre.
it. Yeah, so it's I think I've got about 20 odd shows and concerts I've already booked. I just booked 2 tickets and then decide who I'm going to take closer to the event.
Really? I went to the theatre a month ago and it was like hell on earth for me. It was hell. I went to watch Annie with my daughters and I said, this is fucking hell for me. And I was like, where's this wrapping up? I love my daughters. Like, God, this is torture sitting through this. And hell, Annie's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, but your daughters loved it.
They loved it.
Thanks, Dad. The things we do as dads. So it's thankfully my boys both liked footy.
But I like most Aussies. I like catching up with my mates, having a drink, and just talking shit.
Yeah, November's actually a good one for me. I've got Oasis.
That'd be great.
Oasis, AC/DC, then the Opera Carmen, and then Lenny Kravitz. So I've got a good November coming up.
Oasis would be great, and Lenny Kravitz, man, that guy is just a machine. Yeah. He's like 60 now, and he's ripped. He kills me. He's not human,
isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just like, can you put your shirt on, please? Seriously,
he would have carved up the women when he was younger. Even now.
Yeah, so it's biggest pet peeve in a pitch. Now, being a Shark Tank judge but also having had many pitches given to you, what's your biggest pet peeve in a pitch?
Not knowing your numbers. If you come in asking for $1 million and you can't even tell me your revenue numbers, your cost of goods, your expected profitability, none of that, then you don't deserve my money.
Why my data room is updated every month.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
I know them back to front. Early mornings or late nights?
I'm early mornings now. I was late nights in the past.
If you could give your 21-year-old self one sentence of advice, what would it be?
There's a lot of pieces of advice I give my young self. Go get an internship at a tech company or a digital marketing business and learn as much as you can.
Great. Yep.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And don't unpaid internship, just learn and learn and learn. And if you're good, they're going to hire you.
Totally agree. Totally agree. What's one app you can't live without, excluding email and social media?
My calendar. Yeah, I just, like today I would have forgotten about this without my calendar.
No, I'm actually exactly the same on weekends. I need to have a reason why I'm waking up in the morning. That's why retirement just won't happen for me.
You can't retire. You retire, you
No,
die.
absolutely. Well, it just happened to my dad.
Yeah, I think when my dad retired, overnight he turned grey.
Yeah.
And he was in his late 50s when he retired. I'm like, Dad, why are you retiring? But just, he retired and then he's aged so quickly.
Yeah. It's interesting. I had my 86-year-old mother say to me the other day, she goes, "How often do you dye your hair?" I said, "Mum, I haven't dyed my hair. I dyed it once when I was 15. I ended up looking like Ronald McDonald, so I shaved it all off." And it was, but I said, "I've never dyed my hair." And she goes, "Rubbish. Your dad was 40 with jet black hair, and by the time he was 42, he was just pure silver." I said, "Yeah, but he was married to you, Mum." So-
Point. How did she take that?
Oh, she's as mad as a cut steak Irish woman, so she knew exactly where I was coming from.
That's great.
No, she's a good one. Most valuable thing you've learned from a mistake?
I've lost millions investing in bad companies. Do not rush into investments and be very precise with which company you invest in. Yeah, like be 100. You can't be 100% sure, but be certain it's going to do well.
Due diligence is good. How much you go with your gut feeling?
I always go with my gut feeling 100% of the time, and so that's not true. My gut was saying, not sure, but I was like, nah, they look like nice guys. It's going to do really well, and I end up losing millions. Yeah, just stick to what you know, invest in what you know, and generally you're going to do well.
Great answer. 3 words people would use to describe you.
Oh, it depends on the person.
Someone who likes you.
Yeah. Loyal, generous, driven.
Great answer. Last question for you. Finish your sentence. Success is.
Sorry. Can I talk about this? So everyone defines success differently, and I'm yet to define what it is. I do business because I love the game. I don't claim myself to be successful. I just love the process of building businesses. So for me, success, it's so cliche. And I don't want to say it. Success is waking up in the morning, waking up to a role and position that you love doing every single day. And I just fucking love business. It's fun. It's a chess game, as you know. And I just fucking love waking up in the morning and just grinding it out and doing deals and just winning. We want to win. And that to me is success. Yeah, I fucking love it. It's the best.
Great ending.
Yeah.
Nick, thank you so much for coming in, my friend. I really appreciate it. So thank
The Kofkin Bond podcast is a product from Kofkin Bond Company, which we are an authorized representative of Count Financial. All information in this podcast is for education and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional, finance, legal, or tax advice. The hosts of the Kofkin Bond podcast are not aware of your personal financial circumstances. Before making any financial decision, you should read the product disclosure statement and, if necessary, consult a licensed financial professional. Do not take financial advice from the podcast. For more information, head to the disclaimer page on the Kofkin Bond website, or you can find resources on the ASIC website and find a registered financial professional near you. In the spirit of reconciliation, Kofkin Bond Co. and the hosts of the Kofkin Bond podcast acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people today.